Hi, I'm Carmen and happy National Nutrition Month. I'm here at Operation Food Search in the Bayer Healthy Community Kitchen for today's episode of Cooking with Carmen. As part of our mission to heal hunger, Operation Food Search teaches families how to cook delicious food on a budget. Thank you for joining for episode 25. So March is National Nutrition Month. It's an annual campaign created by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. During the entire month, everybody is invited to learn about making informed food choices and developing healthful eating and physical activity habits. This year's theme is Personalize Your Plate. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to nutrition and health. We're all unique with different bodies, goals, backgrounds, and tastes. As a registered dietitian nutritionist can tailor a healthy eating plan that's as special as you are. So today I'm here with the entire nutrition education team here at Operation Food Search, and we're going to be personalizing our plates with homemade tacos. But before we dive into cooking, one of the key messages this month is meal planning. Planning out your meals for the week can encourage healthful eating at school, work, and at home. Whether you plan out all your meals or just a few, you can save time and money. Get creative with foods you already have on hand in your pantry and fridge. A lot of times people think that meal planning is something that's time-consuming, inflexible, and expensive, but it really doesn't have to be. Meal planning can be as elaborate or as simple as you want it to be. So I have 3 steps that I use when meal planning. So first, I make a menu. Whether it's for the week or the month, I sit down and write out my plan. I look online or in a cookbook for inspiration. I think about the weather for the week, what activities I have going on that week that might affect how much time I have to prepare meals. And then I also check out sales at local grocery stores. And since I have a family, I also engage them in planning out the meals by asking them what they think about the menu or asking them what they want to eat that week. And then next, I make a grocery list. I always try to shop in my pantry and fridge first, and sometimes that can change what my meal for the week is. So like if I have a lot of brown rice in my pantry, I might make something with that brown rice just to save some money since I already have it on hand. But then when you make a list for the store, it helps to keep you on track when you're at the store so you don't forget anything or impulse purchase items. And then finally, when you get home from the store, you can prep for the week. So this can be anything from pre-chopping veggies, pre-cooking rice, or simply organizing your pantry and fridge so it makes it easy for you as the week goes on. So definitely keep it flexible. So things happen, events arise, and it's not set in stone. So be ready for those when that happens. So today we're going to make some tacos. Taco night is a go-to meal in my house, and I love that it fits right in with the theme Personalize Your Plate, because everybody can top their tacos with their favorite ingredients. So first, I want to make sure we have all of our ingredients for today's recipe. So for our turkey and black bean tacos, we have a tablespoon of oil and some ground turkey. And then Claire's going to come in to finish the rest of the recipe with some onion, carrots, diced tomatoes with green chilies to give a little bit of kick, canned black beans. And then she's going to make her own taco seasoning with chili powder, ground cumin, cayenne pepper, dried oregano, and salt and pepper. And then, of course, our favorite taco toppings. So to get started, we're going to heat up our pan here on medium heat. I'm just going to drizzle in about a tablespoon of oil just to help the turkey not stick in the pan. So while the pan heats, we're going to gather our turkey. But instead of turkey, you can also use ground beef. You can use ground chicken, sausage, tofu, or you can make it completely vegetarian by using all beans or even some roasted sweet potatoes. It's super versatile. And then kind of to tie it back in with meal planning, you can, meat tends to be the most expensive ingredient on your shopping list. So if you buy it in bulk, it's more often less per pound. So when you're meal planning and you're buying something like ground turkey, kind of think of what else you could do if you buy it in bulk. So if you're having tacos one night, maybe you can have meatloaf or shepherd's pie or burgers by buying a lot more, saving money in the long run. All right, so I am going to pass it on over to Claire, and she is going to finish making our taco filling.
Hi, everyone. So thanks, Carmen. My name is Claire, and I'm a registered dietitian here at Operation Food Search. And so I'm going to show you the next step for cooking. So Carmen already chose the menu and the tacos for today. And I'm going to show you the next step, which is the prep process. So we like to use a term, it's a French term called mise en place. And mise en place just means having everything in its place. That means having your ingredients prepped and also any supplies that you might need for the recipe. Because nobody likes getting to the end of a recipe and realizing that they don't have a specific ingredient or even maybe a important piece of equipment to finish the recipe. So I'm gonna get everything ready. Now, next up, I'm going to show you how to properly hold a knife. So we teach a lot of kids classes here at Operation Food Search, and we like to teach kids how to use chef's knives. So this is a sharp chef's knife. A sharp knife is actually safer to use than a dull one. And we like to use our dominant hand and kind of create a little pincher grasp or an alligator pinch. And so I like to use my pointer finger and my thumb to firmly grasp either side of the blade and then wrap my palm around the other side. This is going to give you a really nice firm grip on your knife, and it's more safe than holding your finger like this or even not holding the blade at all. Now with my non-dominant hand, I'm going to create something called a bear claw. This is going to be able to hold our food that we're cutting in place, but also protect our little fingertips. So I'm going to show you how I put those two tips into action with cutting an onion. But first I'm going to stir up our ground turkey a little bit. So I'm just getting this starting to cook a little bit, and then I'm going to add in the rest of our ingredients. All right, so let's cut an onion. Thanks, Carmen. Turning off the sound. So an onion, I think, is a great way to start if you're kind of new to chopping or cutting ingredients. But once you know how to cut an onion, you can kind of learn how to cut any fruit or vegetable. So holding my knife, we are going to cut the onion in half right through this root. That's kind of the furry little hairy end. Cut right through. And now we have 2 even halves. And then you can peel it. You might even need to cut off the other end to help you peel it up a little bit. So you can peel off that first outer layer or even the second one, whatever comes easiest for you. Peel that off. And then the next step is you're going to actually keep that root end intact. We're going to place our non-dominant hand on top of our onion and then make one horizontal cut going towards the root but not through it. And I like to use that non-dominant hand to kind of hold it in place. Now you can make 4 to 5 vertical cuts going towards the root but not through it. And the more cuts you make kind of determines the size of your onion slice. And then make some cuts the other way. And then you can discard the root. So we're going to set that onion aside. And for the sake of time, we're only going to cut 1/2. And then next up, we're going to grate in 2 carrots. So I've already rinsed and peeled these carrots, and we're grating them in. So we love grating in carrots or even zucchini or summer squash into recipes where you're sauteing. So taco fillings, pasta, casseroles, anything like that, because it kind of cooks in and it blends in with that meat. So grate that up. This would also be a great time to add in maybe some chopped bell pepper or even some chopped spinach. Okay, so got our onion, got our carrots, and we're just going to put those into our bowl. So this is the start of that mise en place. We're getting everything prepped and ready to go. Perfect. I also have 1 can of rinsed and drained black beans. So we love this tip of rinsing and draining any canned vegetables or even beans because it helps remove some excess sodium or salt that was added in that canning process. So you can rinse and drain any beans or vegetables that you have. And then I also have 1 can of diced tomatoes with green chili. You can also just use plain diced tomatoes too. That's going to add nice moisture and also some really rich tomato flavor. And then like Carmen said, I am going to be making my own seasoning blend. So by making your own seasoning blend, you can save added salt and even extra sugar as well. So a lot of those taco seasonings that are pre-packaged, yes, they're really delicious, but they have a lot of unnecessary salt, sugar, and then sometimes they even add like wheat to that, or wheat flour to help thicken up your tacos. And so if you have an allergy to wheat, you would want to make your own at home. So got that in there. Let's stir it up. I'm going to turn up my heat a little bit. Here we go. All right, so for our taco filling, or taco seasoning, I've got 1 tablespoon of chili powder, a tablespoon of cumin, and then I have, I have a 1/2 teaspoon of dried oregano. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, which you could leave out, but I like a little bit of heat. A 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper. So add that all in and stir it up. And now we're just gonna add in all of our ingredients. So I've got my onion. You could even add minced garlic to this, or dried garlic. We're gonna add in our carrots, our black beans. So like Carmen said, we love adding black beans to meat dishes because it does kind of help extend the number of people that this can feed. So this can feed probably like 6 to 8 people. And then all of our seasonings. And we're gonna stir this up. So easy, really great weeknight meal. And you can also keep this in your fridge, the filling in your fridge, for 2 to 3 days, and you could use that for meal prepping, for lunches. You could add this into like eggs for taco, for scrambled eggs would be really good. So I'm going to let Callie come in. She's going to show you how she likes to personalize her tacos with a really delicious spicy pineapple salsa. So, ooh, my mouth. Bye, everyone.
Hi, everyone. My name is Callie. I'm a nutrition educator here and an RD to B at Operation Food Search. So I'm going to show you guys how to make a pineapple salsa today and add a little vary our diet, basically, and see what kind of toppings we can put with our tacos. So the thing I love about tacos is that it's the easiest way to incorporate a bunch of different flavors and vegetables and even fruits, since we're using a pineapple salsa. And usually these are flavors that you don't get to combine all the time. So I think it's really fun, and tacos are just so versatile, and it's a great way to add in all these extra vegetables. And whenever I think of tacos, I think of fresh. So Carmen mentioned the weather earlier. We have such nice weather today and this week, and it seems like it's going to continue that way. So incorporating like fresh ingredients really plays on that. So I'm going to list some of our ingredients that we're going to use. We're obviously going to have some pineapple. So our pineapple, you can use canned pineapple, fresh pineapple, frozen pineapple. It's whatever you have on hand or whatever you can find at the store. We're also going to use 1/4 of a red onion. If you don't love onion, you can skip this step and replace it with something else, maybe yellow onion or like green onions. You can do, our next one's going to be chopped jalapeno, finely diced. This is going to add that level of spice. So once again, if you don't love spice, you could replace it with a bell pepper. That's what I like to do, and I like to do like 1/2 of a jalapeno. But today we're going to use a full jalapeno. And then you're going to want juice of 1 lime, and then 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro. That's another controversial herb. So if you don't love cilantro, you can easily replace that with something else like parsley or whatever you have on hand. And then our seasonings, we're going to use salt, and you can use freshly crushed pepper or maybe some chili powder, or once again, whatever you want to add. So to get started, we're just going to add in all of our ingredients. I have my pineapple already chopped, so we're going to put in our red onion, our fresh jalapeno, our chopped cilantro, and then we get to add
the juice of 1 lime. I think this is the fun part. Get to put this little guy in there and squeeze it. But if you don't have one of these, it's okay. You can do this by hand. Get all that juice. This just makes it a lot easier. All right. Put the other half in. And one way to get the juices out of a lime a little bit easier is before you cut it, make sure you roll it on your cutting board or on your countertop. And that's just going to loosen up the juices and make it easier to get all the juices out. And then we're going to add in our seasoning. So I just have 1 teaspoon of salt. And this step's optional. If you don't love salt or you don't want that step, you can skip it. All right. So then we're going to stir that all together. All right. And I'm going to make sure I stir the meat filling here so nothing burns. And we got to keep mixing all those flavors in. All right. And pineapple salsa is a great way to add flavor to your taco, but don't just stop there. You can incorporate other flavors by doing guacamole. You could make put a little sour cream on there, shredded lettuce. I love doing a slaw, and I think it's a great way to empty out your fridge. So I have slaw. You could put like cabbage, carrots, bell peppers, literally anything you have on hand, and add a little salad dressing on there, and it makes a perfect slaw, and it adds a little crunch to your taco. So next is going to be Jake. He's going to show you how to build your taco. All right. Ooh, gotta put my mask on.
Hello, my name is Jake, and I'm a dietetic intern here at Operation Food Search. So with the theme of personalizing your plate, tacos are a perfect way to get the whole family involved. So we're going to start this up just a little bit because we're going to be building our taco. But tacos are, think of it like a blank canvas. So everybody can get creative and adventurous with new toppings. And it's a perfect way to get kids too. So kids can they could try new toppings or ingredients, and it's really good because it's with other foods that are more familiar to them, and it's an easy way to sneak in some extra vegetables too. So we got our filling in there. I'm going to put some of the salsa on top. So we already have at least 5 or 6 different colors in here, and you can even use these ingredients for different meals. For example, you could try a whole wheat or corn tortilla and make a burrito, or use these ingredients to make a burrito bowl, or you could even use the filling and the salsa to make nachos. So here I'm just adding a drizzle of sour cream, and then I'm gonna throw some cilantro over the top, and then we'll finish it off with some lime juice. So these look super good, ton of colors, got fruits and vegetables in here. They look delicious. So I'll set this back down and pass it back to Carmen.
These definitely look incredible. I agree with Jake, packed full of so much color. You can see the orange from the carrots, and then the bright yellow and green from the salsa that Callie made. Delicious. Can't wait to dive into this for lunch. So thank you so much for watching. And again, happy National Nutrition Month. This month and beyond, remember to personalize your plate, because there's no one-size-fits-all approach to nutrition and health. We're all unique, and it is worth celebrating that. So if you have any questions or made today's recipe, please leave us a comment below. Remember to like our page if you haven't already, and visit our website to learn more about our work and how we nourish and educate our neighbors in need to heal the hurt of hunger. Happy National Nutrition Month from all of us at Operation Food Search. We'll see you back here in 2 weeks for our next live episode. Stay healthy.